So your child might have sensory input of some kind on their one plan to help to support their attention and their concentration, or their self-regulation. We would also teach it as part of our self-regulation work on the zones of regulation for all of our children across Net Academy's trust. You might find yourself that that when you have to concentrate on something for a long period of time, or you have to focus on something that feels a bit tricky, you might find that you might decide you need to get up and make a cup of tea, or maybe you need to go and have a little walk around the room, or maybe it just helps you if you take a few deep breaths and then try and concentrate. And we would teach all of these things to the children in school too. There have been some particular tools that we would use within school, but there are lots of things that you'll probably have at home that you could also use. We'd particularly be focusing on what we call proprioception, which is part of our sensory system, and it's the part that's responsible for knowing where our body is in space. It really helps us to feel calm, to feel grounded, and therefore to be able to focus. So when you're doing online working at home, remote learning at home with your child, it can be really helpful to give them some breaks throughout the day to move around and to feed their proprioceptive system, to help them to come back to their learning and then be able to concentrate again. So in school, we might have some children who will have a movement box such as this, and in their movement box they might have items like a stretchy band, which gives lots and lots of proprioceptive input through the arms, and if you could have a go at that yourself, you'd probably feel how it feels through your arms. We would have some weights, and in school we tend to use water bottles because that's an appropriate weight for a child to be able to lift. If you do have some exercise equipment at home, it's absolutely fine for you to use some of this with your child, but you just need to make sure that they're not pulling anything that's too heavy or inappropriately heavy for them. But things like yoga bands that you might have at home, again, are really, really useful for stretching through the arms, but also through the legs. In the movement box, we also might have some more stretchy equipment like this. We might have bean bags, which are quite nice for squashing, but again, these are things that you can use other things that you might have at home. Blue tack, again, for pulling and stretching and squeezing. We might use some wall sits or some wall push-ups in school as well, and we'll put some pictures up so that you can have a look at what to do for those. If you've got a slightly older child, you might want to make your bottle weights a bit larger, or you might want to add something like glitter or oils or food colouring to them to make them a bit more exciting. This is a sensory sock, which gives lots and lots of proprioceptive input, and you get right inside the bag and push against it. The same kind of feeling can be recreated by using stretchy fabric made into a band that the child can then sit inside, or something as simple as a fleecy blanket that's got a little bit of stretch in it. Again, wrapping round nice and tight, it gives a really, really lovely big squeeze, a little bit like having a hug, that will give lots and lots of proprioceptive input and help some children to feel calm. We might use a sensory ball in school. You might have gym balls that you might use at home. Again, they're really, really good for sensory input. Rolling over them, both forwards and backwards. And also, if you lie your child down on a clean surface and gently roll the ball up and down their back and their legs and their arms, it's a really, really lovely feeling. Something you might like to try yourself to find out how it works. Other things that you can do: laundry basket, fill it up with toys, fill it up with books, even better, fill it up with laundry. Get your children to take the laundry out of the machine for you and take it to where it needs to be. We call this heavy work, and heavy work gives lots and lots of input into those muscles, the proprioceptive input that helps us to feel calm, organised and ready to learn. You can fill pillowcases up with soft toys, up with books, anything so that that child has something fun that they can carry around from place to place, getting that proprioceptive input. This is a nice weighted toy. It's one of those beanbag hotties that you can put in the microwave, but it also feels quite nice when you sit down and you're ready to work to be able to put on your lap as a weighted object that might help to feel calm, help your child to feel calm and settled. It's a good idea to use something like a children's toy, and then you know that you're not using something that's going to be too heavy for them and cause any damage. Carrying groceries in and out of the house, putting things into the cupboard, putting books up onto the shelves are all really, really helpful for proprioceptive input, as is brushing, mopping, cleaning windows, any of those chores. If you can encourage your child to help you, then it's going to help with their proprioceptive input. Little breaks throughout the day, rather than waiting until your child's really losing concentration, will really help them, hopefully.